Hi everyone. So one of my viewers asked me if I would demonstrate just like casting on and just knitting a couple of rows of these needles. And bear in mind I've only done it once before and I've forgotten already, but I'm just going to wing it and see how it goes. So I'll move these out of the way. I need one right now. So just as normal, I would cast on, and I hope I don't lose count, but I'll just cast on as normal until I need to put some more on the other needle. Depending on how many stitches I suppose you need, it's possible to cast them all on one needle and then distribute it into the second needle before then knitting onto the third needle. But I think I'm going to cast onto two needles, but we'll see how I go. Okay, I have 44 there. I think it was certainly possible to put more stitches on there, but don't think I want to. Now, how did I do this? Okay. How did I do this before? Okay, that'll do. So if that's 44 stitches, look, it's just all there. So it is feasible to cast on more. Bear in mind this is like an Aran weight yarn. Spot on. Okay, so I'll just move these around on the curve here. Okay. So come straight off one to the other. Okay. And I'm going to turn that way because I want the tail yarn from the ball to start knitting. So I'm going to pick up the third. Now, how did I do this last time? Now I always knit for the first stitch anyway. I always knit the tail yarn and the yarn ball for the first stitch, and actually work up a couple of rows. So I'll knit the first stitch with these two for about 2 or 3 rows rather than across, because it only keeps the bulk in one place for a couple of rows and you're weaving it in that way still. But I don't think I'll be doing that many. I'll do first ribbed round, and when I get to a stockinette I'll which is just knit in the round. I did cast on too tight. What I'll do, I'll come back and record that bit. Okay, so I'm trying not to hit the camera. Okay, so the same rule applies, that you'll need all the bottom of your stitches pointing in the same direction as you would on regular DPNs. Right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring it round here. That's it. Got it. This looks awkward, and it is usually for the first round or two. It is awkward. That's it. So I'm going to do a 2x2 rib. But you know what, this is no more awkward than regular DPNs when you first start. I'm just moving them around. Okay. But if you notice, I actually let go of them, they're fine. They're not going anywhere. What did I do then? They were knit stitches. I'm stuck. That's it. I was stuck in a between stitches down there with this. Once you get underway, it's fine. The plastic's really nice on this. It doesn't squeak anymore. Well, you know what? I'm one of these people who's not going to make things look easy. I'm going to show you the real raw struggle of these things. And hopefully in doing so, I can show you perseverance. Because, you know, it's all too easy to give up when things are a bit of a struggle. But, you know, if you keep going, it works out. Right, that's just half around for now. But you know, after the first round, the stitches tend to expand, and the project soon fills the needle. Right, move these around now for this second needle. You don't have to move them around straight away, it depends on how tight you've done them now, and you can see I've done them a bit tight. And now here we go again, the awkward bit. Right, if you were starting on a knit stitch, make sure your yarn's in the back and come in at the front like that. But if you were starting on a purl stitch, make sure your yarn's in the front, and it's best to come in from the back. That goes for regular DPNs as well, for instance, yeah? That's what I've found to make things easier. Okay. Just what I'm going to do is shove them down there a bit so they don't come off that one. Alrighty. I'm back to doing these. You don't need to keep these in a particular position. I mean, at the moment it's resting there, but sometimes it drifts up there like that. It just depends. Don't be afraid to move it around where you feel more comfortable or where it's going to cause you less few problems. So with those around there, that's it. Alright, we're back to the beginning again, which is awesome. I can tell I'm at the beginning because of this. So like I normally do, I just work that one into the first stitch again. See, that's the first stitch, even though it's a double. And that does serve as like a round marker as well, for a couple of rounds until I chop that bit off. And then I use a stitch marker, but where I tend to place my stitch marker is like, usually it's 2 stitches in. So I'll place it there, so it doesn't fall off the end. So I would knit those 2 together for the first one. Drop it, the tail yarn, that's it. Continue with the single. And that just helps weave it in a different direction, that's all. But I'm not going to bore you with all the ribbing because you've seen one round, so what I shall do, I will continue the remainder of the ribbing off camera and then just show you how I transition into just stockinette stitch. And it does seem, but once you've got some more length on here, it does seem easier. And that same goes for regular DPNs as well. Okay, as you can see, I've worked a few rounds of my rib stitch and I'm just finishing that here, and all I'm going to do is simply transition into stockinette stitch, which, because it's in the round, it's just completely knit. Alright, change the needle again. So as you can see, it's looking like this. And I've replaced the yarn tail with a stitch marker. So all I do is just the same as before, just continue knitting round as I would normally. And the good thing about these is if you don't feel the needles are in a comfortable position at all, with the dangling and stuff, you can just move them. So they're out of my way now, this one. It's not affecting me anymore. And I'll just reposition for the second half of that round. Push them around. They're not going to fall off. Okay, not going to fall off, none of them are. I think you would have to knit really, really loose for them to fall off. There we are. I would say really the only thing you need to look out for is if you feel like there's some strange tugging going on, make sure it's first of all not these stitches that need pushing around, but sometimes this needle here, dangling off here, obviously it might get stuck in your project, so you just have to pull it out, so that can make things feel a bit awkward. But it's soon remedied, it's nothing major. yes, these are really quite nice needles to work with. I've not experienced any squeaking. They feel nice. And this certainly might help anybody who is intimidated by double pointer needles, the straight ones, or who has tried the double pointer needles and just haven't been able to get away with them. But like I said in my last video, I said I've got no problem with double pointer needles. I was just curious about these and how they worked. There we go. So it's a full round finished. I'll just push it around a bit. There we go. You can see that's taking shape nicely. And they're not going to go anywhere. You can fold them up like that if you wanted. You know, if you're putting your project away. Maybe put some needle, I can't remember what you call them, where you put the end caps, that's it, there, if you wanted to. But that's it. Thank you for watching.